Hey everyone, Dave Lindrum again. Going to give you a little review of the option number 2 radio. This is the Baofeng GT-5TP. So excellent radio, really powerful. Used it this weekend at Sunshine, thought it worked really well. So I put another review for the option 1 radio, but I'll go over this much the same. So this radio, the reason why people were interested, I think it's excellent, is it's basically got the button on the side. Instead of just pushing in the middle, you've actually got a down button and an up button for transmit. Now if you look at the screen there, so simplex 1's on the top, so when I push the upper button it's transmitting on simplex 1, and I push the bottom button and the little arrow moves transmitting on the Sunshine operations channel. Now this is great for people that want to use this radio to listen to Sunshine operations and talk to their kids and family at the same time without having to unlock the radio. So right now, the actual keypad is locked. So you can push all the buttons you want and it's actually going to do nothing, which is great when it's in your pocket. And the simplicity of this is that you don't actually have to unlock it to transmit on either of these two channels. So for their uninitiated radio users, basically this means you're listening to two channels at the same time, and you can broadcast on one or the other. You push down to broadcast on the down one, and up to push to broadcast on the up channel. So that's pretty simple. To unlock the radio, you just hold on the unlock button here.
Unlock.
And the pleasant voice tells you what's going on. And similar to my last channel radio kind of information on the option 1, I'll just go through here that the top one is simplex 1. So this is just radio to radio talk, doesn't use a repeater. And you can use this with anyone you want. So I put 5 different simplex channels in. So all you have to do is your buddy has to have that same simplex frequency in their radio, and any of the Sunshine ones that you've ordered been through me, I've loaded them all exactly the same, pretty much. And I can give you the actual frequencies if you want. So then it goes into a bunch of channels that are used with the kind of Costco level handheld ones. So especially these FSR, Family Radio Service, I think it is. And so basically if your friend has a radio that's you know, the $20 version from Costco or from anywhere else, Motorola ones that are really cheap, you can just tell them to put it on channel 3 or 4 or 5 and you'll be able to chat with them all you want. So that's easy. We've got a marine channel, so that's the hailing frequency for marine, and then weather channels that are really handy to have in the different regions. So those ones are all handy to have. And now we get into radio frequencies that you do not have permission to use. You have the frequency, you're certainly able to listen to them. So all of these channels are working channels, and technically speaking, you need permission to use these channels, which I thought was brought up by someone, and I want to make sure I kind of highlighted that. So I think the reason we put these on there is because we wanted people to have the ability to if they were stuck in the backcountry or something and they're using these radios outside of Sunshine, they could easily choose or make the choice whether they wanted to broadcast on a channel that was a working channel. So I'll go through a couple of more things. So there's a couple things special about this radio. So this collar mic here, this is the one that I have that was back ordered, and I'll get them all to you. I'm just going to plug it in here so you can have a look. Hang tight a second. I'm definitely not going to be a YouTube star with this stuff. So the collar mic's pretty simple in the sense it's got 2 buttons. It's got the top button and the bottom button. So if you look at the ski here, I'm pushing the top button and you'll see it transmits on the top. You push on the bottom button, it transmits on the bottom. So this works great. So whatever you want to do as far as which one you want to be top or bottom does not matter. It just means that when you have this on your coat pocket, that when you're transmitting, so this weekend I used the top for my kids and was transmitting to my kids, and the bottom one was to Sunshine, which worked great. But you got to be careful you don't touch the bottom one with your big bulky glove and transmit it to your kids that you need them to meet you for lunch. So just be cautious. It's a little touchy. So this collar mic's yeah, it's pretty cheap, but it works really well. I was actually really happy with the sound quality I got with it, so I was happy with that. And I'll show you another option, and just hang tight a sec. All right, so this one is just a single collar mic, so it's got one button. So there's the simple one, and there's the not so simple one, the 2-button one. Everyone who got an option 2, I'll be able to get you a simple, a double one, but I did hand out a few, as I had a few extras of these single ones. Now, I actually think this is actually a good way to do it, is as you see, when you put the single one in, if you've what it defaults to is it broadcasts on the bottom when you push this, so it's broadcasting on the bottom. So you can't actually broadcast on the top one with this, but you certainly can listen to both. So to broadcast on the top one, you'd have to just reach into your coat pocket and push on the upper one, which actually is handy if you have no intention of talking to anyone other than Sunshine. Then you just use a single button one, or as I've done here, you just have Sunshine operations on both channels, and with this dual mic, it doesn't matter which one you press, you'll be able to broadcast well. So it's a really high-powered radio. I was able to broadcast all over the place on Sunshine, between my family on simplex, meaning radio to radio, and then all the way up to the infirmary, from the parking lot all the way over to the divide chair. So really happy with the radio. Works great, good battery life, and I think it was a good purchase. And that's it for now. Tons of other options on this radio. You certainly can YouTube other videos and whatnot to check it out. Have a good day.